in this video I'm going to show you exactly how I make $2,105 per day by just talking to people over Zoom calls, okay? I'm going to show you exactly how I do this, break it down step by step, no BS, and show you literally exactly how you can do the same thing as well, even if you're a complete beginner with no sales experience, never having done anything online before whatsoever, because this stuff is fairly simple. And before we get into this, just to show you some proof that I've actually done this myself, here you can see literally me getting paid between, in a low case, $500 up to $3,400 per day in personal profit by doing exactly what I'm going to show you in this video how to do as well. So this actually works. This is literally like me making this money as we speak right now on a daily basis. And this is not revenue or some like inflated number. This is exactly what I get paid into my bank account in personal profit take home from doing this. And in this video, I'm gonna break down first off my story, like who I am and like how I even got into this if you don't know me, and like what I've actually done before and how I got into this, what this actually is and things like that. The opportunity that's out there right now that you should take advantage of if you want to make a lot of money in 2025 and get freedom for yourself, make money online, stuff like that. And also exactly how, like step by step, give an actual plan instead of just being this guru showing you like my lifestyle and like some nice cars and boats and whatever it is, you know. I want to show you how to actually take action on this stuff so you can go out, start making money for yourself, start getting freedom for yourself, and have some like concrete stuff. That's why I'm doing this in a Google Doc. It's like a simple, informative video. Instead of showing you some flashy stuff, I want to give you actionable steps to take action on. So let's get into it. First thing here, my story real quick, like who am I? My name is Alex, I'm from Sweden, from Stockholm, I'm 22 years old. When I was like 16 until I was 18, I started learning about like online entrepreneurship. I tried a bunch of different things. I used to have like a part-time 9 to 5 job. I was like a swimming coach. Then I got into like an agency, a marketing agency, did drop shipping, then trading, bunch of different things. Probably like every opportunity that you've heard of, I've tried it most likely, and I failed with it multiple times over and over again. I knew from a young age I didn't want to go into 9 to 5 path. I knew I wanted to have freedom, not be stuck in a traditional job. I never saw myself taking that path. So I literally did everything I could from like a young age, bought every course, mentorship I found, and I did everything I could to not get stuck in a 9 to 5. Struggled with that for a long time, didn't work out for a long time. Then eventually I found out about just doing basically what I'm going to share with in this video, which is a type of sales that I got into, where it literally allowed me to just take a skill that I was already like naturally pretty good at. I like talking with people and just having conversations and being more kind of like into having like these like one-on-one conversations and things like that. I like that naturally. And I was able to use that skill to now get to a point where I have complete financial, time, and location freedom, which is always my goal from the beginning. At 20 years old, I traveled the world. Just the last couple of months, I've been like literally halfway across the world: Argentina, Brazil, Colombia. Right now, I'm in Marbella in Spain. I've been back home in Sweden, all over the world. I travel whenever I want, however I feel like it. And all of this just comes down to me learning one skill and applying it in a specific industry that's booming right now, that's growing extremely quickly, that you might already know about, you probably heard about it, but you're probably not taking advantage of this industry in the right way. So I'm going to show you how to do it in this video. So that's basically me, that's my like backstory, and I'm going to show you exactly what allowed me to get to this point. The opportunity that exists right now, that presents itself right now in 2025, is the e-learning space, the e-learning industry. If you don't know what that is, you might know someone like Iman Gadzhi, you might know probably Andrew Tate, you might know Alex Hormozi, Grant Cardone. You have all these people online, like big personal brands, that are selling information products. They're selling courses, masterminds, coaching programs, communities, all these different things. That industry is growing extremely quickly right now. There's a lot of stuff that's happening. For example, Iman Gadzhi just bought WOP, so basically like a software to sell these type of courses. Alex Hormozi has School. There's all these different platforms, softwares that are growing extremely, extremely quickly right now. And that's why this industry is projected to grow to over $300 billion by Forbes in the next couple of years, because everyone, and literally everyone between like 18 to 30 years old, is trying to get into like the online industry and try to start their own course, their own coaching program, because you can make a lot of money doing it. Okay, that's the opportunity that's going on right now. It's literally like a modern day gold rush that's happening literally right now as we speak. The thing is, obviously this kind of like makes you feel like shit, FOMO, fear of missing out, like I should get into this as well. The thing is, you shouldn't. Start getting into this industry and starting your own coaching business or your own course business is, for 99% of people, it's stupid. And here's why that is. Because The thing is that starting your own like coaching business, starting your own course business, becoming the next like Iman Gadzhi or the next like course that I'm teaching something, you can do that only if you actually have something that's valuable to teach other people. That's the first thing. And most people, probably you watching this video right now, to be honest, you don't actually have anything that you've mastered, gotten that good at, that's actually going to be valuable to teach other people. Okay, that's just like the brutal truth. That was the same thing for me when I started. I was trying to get into like the coaching business, the e-learning space when I was a beginner. I realized I had no skills to actually teach. I wasn't really like good at something. And some gurus will tell you that you can just go out and teach like the most basic stuff of like, yeah, okay, so you've learned how to like, I don't know, lift, like do 100 kg bench press at the gym, go and coach that. Yeah, you can probably do it, but there's just like a way better way to go about doing things. You know, instead of teaching something that you're kind of like mid at and like struggling to grow your own coaching business, way better to actually get good at something, master a skill, actually get really freaking good at something, become valuable to the marketplace, make money by doing so, and then eventually use that to start your own coaching business down the road. So I'm going to explain exactly what I mean by this and like how to actually do this, but just understand that first off, if we look at like a example here, if you know the 1849, the California gold rush back in the day, what happened back then is the people that made the most money were the people that sold the shovels, not the people that were out there actually like digging and actually doing the work. It was the people that sold the shovels. Same thing here. Instead of being the person starting your own like coaching business and like being in the trenches and actually selling courses and things like that, you want to be kind of like the middleman, you know? You get a percentage, you get like a piece of the pie without actually being the one that's like in the game, if that makes sense. You know, you want to be able to just sell to the players of the game without being in the game. That's kind of the way of thinking that I've been applying to this. That's allowed me to make a lot of money, and that people that I work with as well are using to make money and take advantage of this opportunity that's going on right now. So the reason why you don't want to start a business is, like I said, number one, you don't have the skills. You don't actually have anything that's valuable to teach. Number two, starting a business as a beginner without any business experience is extremely hard to do. You know, you might have already have tried. Maybe you tried like making money online in the past, and you know that it's hard to do. Starting a business and learning sales, learning marketing, doing fulfillment, all these different skills. It's hard to build a business if it's an agency, if it's getting into copywriting, getting into SMMA, whatever it is. You know, all these different business models are hard to do because you need to become the person that has the skill of sales, the skill of marketing, all these different skills in place in order for you to make your first 5, 10, 20K per month with the business. So the simpler path to take, what I've been doing instead, is instead of starting an entire business, I just focus on one single skill. Go all in on learning one high in demand skill that is valuable to these businesses that are making a lot of money right now. That's going to allow you to literally take advantage of the opportunity without you having to go through all the complexity of growing your own business. You know, so you're basically getting a piece of the pie without having to learn sales, learn marketing, get good at all these different things. You know, because the reason why most people fail, why a lot of beginners right now, where you're not able to make money online and take advantage of the e-learning boom that's happening right now, is because you're taking the wrong approach to things. You know, you're thinking, okay, I need to learn sales, marketing, fulfillment, management, and like building all these different things to take advantage of this. When in reality, you don't. You can simply focus on one thing and still take advantage of this. And that's what I've been doing. That's how I've been able to see a lot of success with this in a way more simple and a way more guaranteed way than a lot of the other stuff that gurus tell you to do. So how do we actually do this? You know, you understand the opportunity, you understand like my story and like what this all is about. So how practically do you actually take advantage of this, start making money online, and what do you actually take action on, you know? What you need to do is you need to learn the most valuable skill in business, okay? What's the one skill that's been around for literally thousands of years at this point that's always going to be in demand moving forward, regardless of AI or wherever artificial intelligence stuff that comes up? Sales. Every business, forever, and in the past also, has always been in need of good salespeople. You know, someone who can convert a warm, interested customer into an actual client. Someone who knows to communicate, how to speak with people. That's literally the skills that you need to learn and get good at in this specific industry. If you can learn how to help these business owners that are selling in the e-learning industry, if you can learn how to help them solve the problem of converting warm leads into paying customers, you will make a lot of money doing so. That's how I made a lot of money, and not only that, but also literally guarantee my success for the rest of my life. Because instead of being the guru that's out there flashing in like Lambos and living this crazy lifestyle, if you're focused on learning valuable skills, you're always going to be valuable to businesses, regardless of what happens with the economy, regardless if one business gets shut down or whatever happens with the e-learning industry. You've learned a skill that's going to be valuable because you understand human psychology, you understand how to speak with people. That's what this is all about. What you want to do is you want to become the sales rep for one of these e-learning businesses, where you basically just take their potential customers, take people that are reaching out to them. Let's say Grant Cardone, Iman Gadzhi, Alex Hermosi, for example. They obviously have a bunch of people DMing them, booking calls with them, booking sales calls because they want to enroll and buy whatever course or product they're selling. That's where you come into the picture. You can be the guy that's literally just taking those calls, sitting on your computer or on your phone, is like japping, like he's talking with these people, saying the right things in the right order, asking the right questions, closing the sale, and making commissions. That's what I've been doing for the last, at this point, a bit over 2 years. And I've closed millions of dollars doing so. And because I've provided a lot of value, I've made millions of dollars for different influencers. I get paid multiple six figures per year in commissions from doing so. Because I provide value to them, I help them solve a big problem, they happily pay me to just take these calls. That's literally what this is. So one skill that I mastered, one client, that's all you need. You don't need to sign up multiple different people. And that's how you can make 10K a month plus, working from anywhere, deciding your own hours. You just literally have your calendar where you take Zoom calls for a couple hours per day or phone calls. Talk with people, have a conversation, understand their needs, what their goals are, things like that. Give them the solution, walk them through how you can actually help them. Close the sale, get the payment, and you get paid. It's transparent. It's not the end all be all, doing like being a high ticket sales rep, being a remote sales rep, which is what this is called. It's not going to be like the end all be all. You're not going to make like 100K a month, buy a private jet, and like retire from doing that. Transparently, you're not. It's hard work. It requires effort. It's not easy. Like you have to work your ass off and really like hustle if you want to get to 10, 15, 20K a month doing it. I had to work hard, but it is by far the most simple and guaranteed path to that first 10K a month. There's nothing else out there, like no other business model, no whatever, like there's no other thing that you can do that's as guaranteed to get you to that 6 figure per year mark remotely online as being a sales rep for online high ticket business. Because you're taking a skill that's always been around, skill of sales, and it's applying that in a new growing industry. There's no way that can fail because you're applying something that's proven to work. Sales is obviously proven to work, and you're applying that inside of companies that have a huge amount of warm, pre-sold customers, an industry that's growing very quickly right now, and then you're just applying that. You just need to learn that skill. So the way for you to take advantage of this is you just need to get good at skill sets. You need to actually know the skill. That's kind of the biggest issue right now is just like this huge demand. Like all these companies need sales reps big time. They want to hire people, but there's not enough people with this skill set developed. We need more people with good skills in this industry. That's the first thing. You need to actually learn, master the skill, know how to position yourself in the right way, and know how to find the best possible companies to work for. That's the skills, and that's the steps that you need to follow to actually succeed with this. Number one, learn the high ticket sales skill set and practice it, get confident, know what to say on your calls, know how to position yourself in the right way. Expose yourself to good roles and know how to find good roles, getting access to the right type of networks with good roles inside of them. And then once you actually get in a role, you want to just like lock in, prove yourself, work really hard with the company. And that's how you eventually get promoted into a high level role, become like a high ticket closer eventually, and then you can become a sales manager. And that's how you in the long term can pour in the skill set to make millions one day, Because the end all be all, like I said, is not to be a high ticket sales rep forever. This is a stepping stone. You use the skill set to make 5, 10K a month, have a good lifestyle, travel, even 20K a month. But then you use that to eventually start your own business or pursue like your bigger goal of maybe investing, maybe getting into real estate, maybe getting into having your own business, sales management. That's like the long-term play. That's what I'm doing. That's what I recommend everyone to do in this space, because that's how you can make the big money long-term with this. You're not going to be a sales rep forever, but it's a great, and in my opinion, the best place to start by far to start making that money online and start actually seeing success, Because I see a lot of people, they just get into online business, I got into online business. You struggle for such a long time. You don't make any money, and then you almost give up on it, You're like, you've tried 5 different businesses. Nothing is working out. The best thing you can do is just get into something that's going to give you that quick win, Get into something like this, high ticket sales, where you just go into one company, you start making money. You're not going to become a millionaire overnight, but you will actually start seeing like a reward from the work you're putting in. And that's going to give you that kick to just keep going, keep putting in the work, and then you will see success eventually if you're doing it. So that's how to start doing this. If you get into this, first thing you need to do is learn the skill set. You want to, after that, get exposed to the right roles, lock in, prove yourself on the roles, and then you'll be able to scale from there. This is exactly what I help people do inside of my one-on-one coaching as well. So if you want help to get trained up, actually master the skills that get really, really good at high-ticket remote sales and learn from me directly. I've coached hundreds of guys and have the scripts, the principles, the coaching, like everything you need to actually get extremely good at the skill set and get yourself to a level where you're actually attractive to these businesses to work for. And also a network of roles. I have ways of, like, I literally have a system of exactly how to find good roles, how to vet out good versus bad ones, everything step by step, how to also perform in a role, how to get promoted, all that stuff. So if you want my hand holding one-on-one to do all this stuff faster, yes, like speed up this process, you can click the link down below this video somewhere and basically apply for my one-on-one coaching, where I'll help you with all that stuff and speed up the entire process, going from zero to get into this and scale into your first 10K a month. Only do that though if you're willing to work hard. Like I said, it's not a get rich quick. But this is the process of how to actually make this happen. And like I said before, also transparently right now, like in this industry, there's a ton of opportunities. You know, like these companies need sales reps big time. The biggest kind of issue right now that I'm seeing in this industry is there's too few or very few like sales reps with actual good skill sets, you know? So realize that, think for yourself that this is an opportunity for you. Like if you're someone who likes talking with people, if you like to learn the skill of sales and be able to like make this type of money just like from taking Zoom calls, you should be focusing right now on learning and mastering the skill set, because there is a lack of people that have this skill set developed. So if you just learn it and you position yourself in the right way, you get access to the right opportunities, you will have a fairly like easy time, to be honest, to succeed in this industry, because it's just like a lack of people are actually committed, actually willing to work hard within this. So again, if you want my help with this and get into this, apply down below. If you have any questions, happy to reply and like help you out with this. So DM me on Instagram if you have any questions. Hopefully you guys found this valuable. Now you know exactly what I'm doing to make this type of money on a daily basis, how you can take advantage of it, and exactly this opportunity that exists right now in 2025. So that's it for the video, and I'll see you guys, as always, soon in the next video.